So here we are with the LG B10. Now, I'm just going to dive right into this unboxing video by saying one of the things I noticed from the C10 is that it's just kind of like a plain box. They didn't really try a whole lot. It's just black and white. And again, I don't know if this is indicative of what we're going to see going forward, but so far I'm just seeing laziness. I mean, as you guys can see here, it's just matte finish. It's not even like they tried. They like literally zero effort. Where the C10 has a nice box of like the ocean and all that, and so it's a bit of a downgrade graphically. They didn't try there, which is very strange, but you never know. Maybe that can lead to better performance elsewhere. But before we dive completely into this video, because we are hitting the ground running here, I wanted to show you guys something. This is my LG soundbar from 2012, 2013, and I use it with my Samsung KS8000. Again, as you guys can see, I leave my Samsung stuff dusty, where, again, the soundbar I do dust off from time to time. I have an LG washer machine right here, so, I just wanted to establish some sort of baseline before, the LG OLED fanboys start trying to say, oh, you just bought this to bash it, or whatever they say. You guys know what I deal with. The reality is, this is here to be fully torn apart, and we're going to see what it offers right now. So once you get the box off, you basically have some stuff at the top there, as you guys know. We've got the stand here. From what I can hear and feel, it seems pretty cheap and flimsy, like plastic. We'll see what that is. They wrapped it basically the same as they always wrap all of these OLED TVs. Nothing too incredible, nothing to really write home about. So we're going to finish getting this unraveled here. So once you get the TV out of the box and the plastic all off, you have the power cord, which is kind of taped to this thing here. So you just got to undo that. Some serious glue they put on there right there. Ugh, I don't want that to leave a little sticking mark. Have to get that off. Yuck. All right, so that's that. Okay, and here's what everybody's interested in. The back of the television. You only have two HDMI 2.1 ports, and here they are. Now, this is not a big deal, because if you're somebody that's using the eARC port, you can use your AVR receiver that's HDMI 2.1, and then get those ports back. So it's really not a big deal that it only has two if you're savvy enough and you know how to get around that. But again, just showing you guys what I got here, and it's pretty much the same as we've always seen from LG. And again, you have your other ports on the side here. So that's pretty much that. All right, so once you get the remote and all that stuff out of this plastic bag here, because unfortunately LG doesn't give you a nice box like they used to, downgrading, which used to be a nice experience, and making it kind of more entry level. They did that on the C10 as well. Not very cool from LG, but the same magic remote. And then you have the backing on the TV, which it looks like a little metal piece, like a, I don't know, gun metal, but it's not. It's just a plastic piece and plastic backing. And you got little screws and brackets for your wire management. And then you've got, your nice little composite cables. So, yeah, got some screws here, and the rest we just kind of get cooking on. Looking at the stand is kind of positive and negative. It's negative because this is cheap plastic. It's very hollow, very lazy. Again, you lost the engraving that you used to have right here. That used to be three-dimensionally lifted and said LG OLED. It was very premium. That's now gone as well. So it's just plastic and paint. What I do like, though, is that they went for this approach instead of that heavy-ass weight that they have on the C10 that weighs a freaking ton. So this is nice, and this will make the assembly a lot easier. Again, I think all of the OLEDs that LG has should have this instead of that giant weight, so that's a positive there. So if you're kind of new to how to put this together, all you really do is just slide this piece in to those little screw holes there, and it really is very simple. It lines up very simple. And then again, once you're done doing that, you just put your little screws in here, and then you're good. Even though I totally missed my holes there. That's pretty much it, and then you're good to go. So what's really nice is, I just drop my screws in, and once my screws have been dropped in, I just basically start screwing it in, and it's really that simple. One thing that I do like is that unlike the C9, my screw holes, or rather the C10, my screw holes for the B10 are actually measured correctly, so it's really a very effortless unboxing process so far, and it's going along pretty quickly, which again, if you watch my C10 unboxing, it was rather rough because they had a defect in it, so that could happen to anybody, but it was really more cumbersome with that weight on the back that really just made everything more difficult than it ever needed to be. So I can appreciate this kind of legacy approach, even though it's nothing really new. So once your screws are in, you find this little back piece, right, that came, and then you just take this little piece out of the Ziploc bag. And so all you really are going to do from that point is just put the two together, line them up, and then snap them together like so, right? Okay, and then all you're gonna do is just slide it in this empty spot here at the top, through here, and then push it down, lock it in place, and it's good to go. And just like that, the back of your TV fully secured with your cable management fully installed. All right, so now we're going to power on the TV for the first time. It'll take a while to boot itself up here. There you go, you see WebOS. Probably get a little closer so you guys can see. Now you notice how the WebOS is overexposing and it kind of looks blown out? That happens because I'm using my cell phone camera. So when you see people try to, again, tell you, oh, look, this QLED or LED or whatever it is blowing out, that's pretty much what they're doing. But we're going to wait for it to load up. It's still got a spindle wheel going. So it is taking a while to load up here. Okay, I'm going to lower the brightness so it's not too much.
Press the OK button, wheel, on your remote. Language and location settings.
Alright, so I'm just going to skip all of this. So next we'll ask about the HDMI connections. As you guys see, I have one connected. Then it'll ask about Wi-Fi information. Now it's trying to analyze the user environment for the PS4. We're just going to hit next. It's going to ask me about cable TV. I don't have TV service, let's say that. And let's click next. Then it's going to ask for your zip code. Then it'll tell you completed your first user guide setup with, or what does it say? It says first use is complete. So we're basically done, essentially. I'm going to turn down this brightness again because you see how easily cell phone brightness gets out of control, even on an OLED. Just pointing that out again. Okay, and now we're into the TV, which again, everything now looks blown out. We're going to hit the home button. You guys see WebOS and everything. I'm going to try to lower down that brightness. Seriously, it looks ridiculous. Okay. Let's go to our sources and then just go to PS4. Okay, so here we are as kind of like a first impression, if you will. We're in the power saving mode, which I'm disabling, and I'm gonna just jump straight to cinema mode because I feel like that would be more accurate. And then we're going to open up the settings here. Now colors are way more juiced up on the phone. The the B10 does not look like that. We're gonna turn energy saver off. We don't want that crap on. Let's look at our OLED saving options. Basically have all the same options there. Additional settings is where you'll find all your tasty game mode stuff. And then we have our enhanced HDMI on for deep color. And then under cinema, OLED lights at 80. I don't want it there. Let's just ramp it all the way up so we can see more because it's pretty dim. So hopefully that does something for it. Now it looks way better on the phone, but even though it's crushing out, banding is out of control though. That's something I'm seeing. Like that's really, really, really bad banding. Do we have a way of fixing that? Let's see if we can add extra brightness. And I never use auto color. I think it looks terrible. What else do we've got? No way so far of smoothing out. Oh, there it is, smooth gradation, yes. Nice. Okay, so there we go. Banding is not as disgusting, so that is nice. So I wonder if I can go back here. So what I'll do is I'll pause. So just so you guys see that the banding feature is doing something, I'll turn off the banding feature and you'll see all this disgusting ass banding everywhere, and then you put smooth gradation on high and it smooths it out quite a bit. So I think that's pretty good. And again, if we turn it off, try to get a little closer here, all that nasty banding that you'll see over here goes away when we put it on high. So very, very good. And yeah, so got that taken care of. Black levels on auto, even though for this it needs to be on low, and that crushes everything out. So it's just doing that thing I was telling you guys that it would do, where sometimes it resorts to putting it on high, which washes out color, to avoid the black crushing that happens on low, which is for this. I don't have it. This is standard definition. I mean, or rather SDR, standard dynamic range. You know, you don't have to use the PC, setting here, which is RGB full, and that's what high is on the LG OLED. And it's interesting that it's doing that for the PS4 because it can't do the regular. Interesting. Very similar to what I saw on the C10 with the black crushing that everybody said didn't exist, as you guys see in real time. It's pretty bad when you put it on low, but we'll leave it on auto and just let it do its thing, however it has to do it. All right, so that's pretty much it. I mean, as a first kind of impression video, I guess I'll just let this clip run so you guys can see image quality to some degree. Just drop my remote there. That's all right. Right. Now, this is not going to be a 100% accurate representation. I'm just literally doing this to show you, I don't know, a little bit of what it looks like. It's overblowing on the camera here. It doesn't look like that in real life. But I mean, even the greens, everything's overjuiced right now. And I think when you watch these YouTube comparisons where people are like, yeah, look at my C10, it's amazing, it's great. I'm sitting directly in front of this TV and it's way more wash. Now, granted, I'm not using my professional DSLR mirrorless cameras and all that other stuff to try to show you something right now, so you're kind of getting what you get. But I do this on purpose just so you can kind of see the side of it, because there's such a lack of transparency behind people that buy these TVs. It's like they buy it and they're like, I got the best, period. I'm the greatest, like LG OLED king of TV. And like, it's really annoying for me because it's like, dude, I'm sitting in front of this TV and it's not anywhere as hype as they say it is. So it's just kind of like, I'm going to have to work on this. But I'll do what I can for it. But so far, I mean, it's very similar to the C10. I mean, it'd be hard pressed to call them different TVs. That's how extraordinarily identical the picture quality looks. Like, I'm not noticing any real difference at all. And a lot of people were even saying like there was a substantial brightness difference between the two. Maybe if I go into HDR I might notice, but right now I'm not noticing a massive difference between those two at all. Like, really, I'm not. So that's one of those things that I think might play a factor. I don't know if it's a firmware that I'm on. I don't know, but I don't notice this disparaging difference between brightness. But yeah, the phone's just getting it way wrong, and it'll probably just mislead a lot of people. So just kind of wait for my actual comparison. As many of you know, I developed a new way of doing comparisons, which will be very exciting to show everybody how you actually do comparisons on YouTube for once. Very excited to show that stuff off. So make sure, if you're not already, you subscribe and you hit that bell, because we're just going to be hitting the ground running. No warning or nothing like that. But this is pretty much it for kind of first comparison. And sorry for the shaky footage. It's not stabilized or anything like that. It's just very raw and organic, and kind of tired after unboxing and lugging the crap upstairs or doing all this other nonsense. So hopefully this helps you guys out. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later.